Okay, this is our requirement. So I will quickly explain and then we'll proceed. Now it's a union fees deduction. Okay. So the customer is saying they have employees working across in USA in different locations. Out of all the locations, only in these 4 locations, who is working in Atlanta, Chicago, New York, and Boston, they're required to pay a union fees on monthly basis. And here they gave a criteria. The criteria is employee in Atlanta, employee must be in Atlanta, and also employee must be part of cost center 34000, and employee must complete 31 days from the hire date. Then only the deduction should happen. For example, I have an employee in Atlanta, and the employee is part of cost center 34999. Is this employee eligible for this requirement? I mean, is this employee need to pay any amount, union fees?
We have to see how long they've been working.
Right. So because he has not met the cost center criteria, he is not eligible.
Oh, got it. Oh, that's true, right?
Yeah.
So no.
Right. Another one, employee working in Pleasanton and cost center is 34000 facilities. Is this employee eligible for this deduction? The Pleasanton is not part of any of our locations in requirement, correct? So is he eligible? If the employee working in
No.
Pleasanton? No, absolutely no. Why? Because our criteria only for these 4 locations, not for any other locations. The system should exclude these combinations. Location met, cost center is different, employee is not eligible. Location is different, cost center met the requirement criteria, employee is still not eligible. So we have to ensure while creating this location, we have to create properly. Okay. Right. Give me just a second. Now, first, before that, can we identify what all calculations are required for this requirement? Conditional calculation is required, correct? Why
Yes,
we need conditional calculation?
because we only wanted to calculate if they're in a location and cost center and have been working for 31 days.
Right. Okay. What else? What are other calculations we need?
We need union fee details, like what is the earning deduction type.
Right. The conditional calculation we need because Atlanta, if Chicago, if New York, if Boston, right? If condition is there, then I want employer should be Atlanta and cost center equal to 34000. Here I'm saying and which calculation we need? Which calculation refers and or combinations? Logic. Okay. Then I want to fetch location into my calculation. I want to fetch cost center into my calculation. Which calculation is required?
Lookup.
Sorry, not lookup. Lookups is complete value.
Date extract.
That falls here. Instance. Yesterday, someone said.
Oh, okay.
The most important. Okay, now I want to fetch or extract 31 days as of today's date. What fields we need? What calculations we need here? You already mentioned, man. Date extract. Also, we need date difference. And I want
One
to return this.
comparison calculation for facilities.
This is for locations, cost centers to fetch. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. And we also need these values, right? $16, $17, $20. These numbers, which calculation is required?
Constant value.
Constant value, right? So see here, for one requirement, we're almost gonna touch around 6 calculation. Okay, let's start. Again, I'm trying to say one point here is calculations never constant. We can also may achieve this requirement with different calculations. Calculations are always hit and try. 100% when you configure accurately, you might be thinking, sorry, I might be thinking accurately, but work, it may return the right value. So vigorous testing is required here. Okay, let's move on. So first, what we need, create deduction. Create deduction, enter the name of the deduction. What is the name of the deduction? Let's give AMD Union fees. Code AMD U fees. Okay, country, let's limit it to USA.
Good for me, mother.
Yeah. Effective date, I'm gonna give 1/1/2019 because our pay results are available on this date. That's why I'm giving the maximum past date. Then run category regular. I don't want to process with any off cycle. Regular. Pay group I'm not assigning because I don't know which employee is part of location Atlanta, which employee is part of employee Chicago, etc. So I'm not going with pay group. Scroll down.
You can sign a worker eligibility.
Exactly. We need it actually. Without this, it cannot be. Right. So eligibility. Condition here. Who are all eligible for this deduction? Employees who is working in location Atlanta and the employees are part of this cost center are eligible. So I want to bring these two combinations. To select the prompt. So first I'm going to create the, I'm going to fetch the location. Create. Scroll down to the instance set comparison calculation. Instance set comparison calculation is very important, exclusive for payroll. Especially we'll use in eligibility rules. The reason is some criteria, location, state, supervised organization, cost centers, or even employee data birth, etc., etc. So we can create, we can fetch through this instance set comparison calculation. AMD location equal to Atlanta. Category, I am creating this calculation only for payroll. Okay, when I run the report, I can see if I select payroll, then only I can see my calculation. So source field here, okay, Atlanta is what? Atlanta is state, location, or country?
Location.
Location. Search for the field location. You may get more options here, but always select as of period end date. You may ask a question, why I'm not supposed to select period start date? Or why I'm not supposed to select just a location? Why as of period end date? The reason is, here clearly we are saying 31 days after hire. As of payroll period end date, the employee must be completed 31 days. Then the employee is eligible. So I need period end date. If my requirement is employee, the deduction should start from day one of the employee hire. Then I'll go with start of period start date. Okay, I'm going with period end date. Relational operator in the selection list. Atlanta. People are practice and create multiple locations. This is going to be a hard stop during our testing part. But in real time, you will have only one location. Could be people are practicing, hence they created multiples. But let me select one. Okay, now our criteria is ready. Select OK. Atlanta. Now one location hierarchy, one location we created. Let's create another one, Chicago. Okay. Related action. Create. Instance set comparison calculation. Name it AMD. Location equal to Chicago. Category payroll. Location. Period and date. Relational operator. Chicago. Okay. Now, Kiran, 4 locations. So 4 times do I need to get? Is there any shortcut? Of course. Let's see the shortcut. Shortcut is create a instance. Sorry, not this is the best approach. Just a second. Scroll down. Open this calculation in another page. Doesn't allow. So now I would like to create 2 more locations. Okay, 2 more locations, something like this. Now each time if I go and create, I would like to show the shortcut. What is that? Select the right click on this eligibility rule you created, open in the new tab. Select the related action of this calculation. Calculation, copy. Change the location Atlanta to New York. Change the location here, New York. That's all. Instead of creating the entire new value, just copy and change the term, name and location. Now copy this location. Change the name to Boston. Remove the value. Now we get a 2 new locations. Go to your deduction, edit. Scroll down. Now search for the other locations. Western New Year. Okay. Then let's create, now location we created. Now we also need cost center, it's and condition, correct? Cost center also we need. So select the prompt, create, instance set comparison calculation again, name it, and equal to 34000. Cost center as of period end date or override exists as of period end date in the selection list. The reason confidently I'm selecting, even when I'm learning, I used to select some different values. When I test it, it may not work. Then again, changing the cost center one after another. Then we'll get the value. So based on that experience, directly I'm selecting the right field here. 34000. Okay, now our cost center also ready. Now here we have to understand one more logic. If I select another row here, Workday will read it as or condition. Workday, if I select one row here, this condition, this row condition, or this row condition should match. Now I selected all the logics in one row. Can anyone tell me what is mean by that? In any guess?
The 31 days,
No. If I select if I select one additional row here, which is our condition, either condition 1 should met or condition 2 should met. But all the values, if I put only in one row, what does it mean? Any idea?
and.
And condition, correct. Now you please tell me, do you have any one employee work on all 4 locations?
Do I have any what?
Do you have an employee who is working on all 4 locations?
Well, you could. I mean,
But practically no, right?
okay, yeah, yeah.
Practically. But yes, if you're working from home, I will apply job in Atlanta, 25% FTE, Chicago, 25% FTE. Working from
Yeah.
home, that is different concept, but here it is different.
Yeah.
So it
Yes.
should not be and. Correct. It should not be and. So what we have to do? I have 2 solutions here. Solution 1, add 4 locations, 4 row. Enter something like this. Now Workday will read correctly. Either first condition, employee should be part of location Atlanta and cost center 34000 is true, return the value. And or first row or second row or employees New York or employees Boston. This will work. Eligibility criteria. Now, question to you. This is one approach. Definitely it will work, no doubt. Is there any another approach? I want to group all our locations in one row. I want to group all our locations in one row. I don't want multiple rows. Is it possible?
Is it possible?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. It just says, but it does and.
Correct. What is the alternate option? Right. You guys are correctly thinking now. Correct. If I add everything, it's and condition doesn't work definitely. So, but still my requirement, I want to include one row. What is the solution here? Let's see. Select the prompt. Create logic calculation. Name it as AMD locations and cost center. Or something like you can also give AMD locations equal to Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Boston. Now see here, AMD, Atlanta, one more row, AMD, bus. Okay, let's go with the sequence. Didn't know how many people can have other values. Chicago, AMD, New York, AMD.
Oh, and so that makes them or.
Yeah. Here we have an option.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Is that only on a logic calculation?
Yes, ma'am. Only a logic calculation. Yeah. Or
Okay.
or and is not the right value, but definitely it should be or. Does it make sense? Now see,
Yeah.
I will select OK. Scroll down. Here, such. Oh, I should not add cost center because we are adding here. Now I included both the rows in one condition. I don't know. I don't need these rows. So all our locations are here and cost center is here. Multiple ways. Whether you can add four rows works, that also works definitely, or you can include in one row up to your, I mean, however you would like to configure. Okay, so here we have defined the eligibility. Okay, now the calculation also we need to create. So what we need, eligibility criteria we have defined for the deduction. Now we need calculation, entire 4 rows. Let's see. I will select prompt. Now please help me. Our calculation required employee should be at 31 days. So first I will select conditional calculation. Why? Because if statement here. If Atlanta, if Chicago, if New York, if Boston. So enter the name. Category. Payroll. Now, if Atlanta, if Chicago, if New York. So add 4 rows. Yeah. Now we'll create this set first. Conditional calculation. So which calculation I need in order to bring all these data together?
In order to bring all the data together.
And we want, if you want, and or you can keep like this: Atlanta cost center, (31 days). When you see and, which calculation we need? Logic, right? Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Select the condition, create logic calculation, name it AMD, location equal to Chicago, and cost center equal to 34000 and hire date greater than 31 days. Okay, while giving name also you should give meaningful way. Okay, payroll. Now let's bring first location we already created for our eligibility. So reuse it, no need to create a new value. Please reuse it. Location is, oh, first let me create for Atlanta, sorry. So location is Atlanta. Okay. Then cost center also we created with instance value comparison calculation. Instance set comparison calculation we created already. Reuse it. What else we need now? Hire date. This is the trickiest part. So please let's focus more. Sometimes even I do mistakes here.
Okay.
We'll do testing. So I need, as of today, I want to fetch employee hire date and then minus as of today 31 days. It should be greater. Okay. Let me go with value comparison calculation. Value comparison calculation. If it doesn't work, we'll try with something else. Don't worry. AMD, what we are going to fetch here? Worker hire date. We're going to fetch employee hire date greater than 31 days. In the first operand, search for greater than 31 days. 31 is the period start date or period end date. Okay, let's say in a month we have 1 to 30 days. Okay, so you're going to pay or you're going to process the deduction on first of the month or last of the month. Last of the month, correct? This is called period start date. This is called period end date. And any guess? What is 15th? Sub period. If you want to process the deduction or amount between 1 to 15, sub period. If you want to process any deduction between 30 to 15, sub period. Strictly want to process the deduction end of the month, then we must select period end date. Okay. So here in the first operand, search for.
That's a monthly pay cycle though, right? That's.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What
Yeah.
happened? Calculation, something. Oh, no. Is our calculation is saved or not? Scroll down. Okay, thank God it's there. No. Is it different? Is it loan payment? Looks like we have to recreate. What happened? The system don't know. Eligibility also has changed. I'm going to recreate quickly again, but let me see by any chance just saved. It is saved. Because it's unfinished, that's why we have this. Oh. Okay. Getting two values are there. Union fees. Okay. Don't worry, I will explain again the flow. The union fees. Scroll down. Okay, let me create again for new value. But the name it is already in use, it may cause an error. AMD conditional. Yeah. AMD union fees. Payroll order. Yeah. B, C, D. Condition. So here we're going to select create logic calculation. AMD. So three criteria: location, cost center. Location equal to Atlanta and cost center equal to 34000. Higher rate greater than 31 days. I'm going to copy this for our other calculation. Okay. Now I need location first. Add row. Cost center first. Next. And then add one more row. Here we have to create the logic. Create instance value calculation. Sorry, try with. Please select the category always so that the respective calculations will be visible from the prompts. Value comparison calculation. Name it worker high rate AMD worker high rate greater than 31 days. Category payroll. When you select this category, automatically the calculation, payroll related calculations will be available here. That's why. So first operand, search for period end date. Always select the update delivered values. Scroll down. We have a pre-calculations. You can still select this, but let's create one so that you will understand. So period and date. Select these 3 dots to ensure we are selecting the Workday owned one. Okay, please help me here. So Workday, employee hire date greater than equal to 31 days. 31 days should be greater than. That's why we are using period end date. Okay, greater than or equal to 31 days. That's it, right? 31 days after hire date. So it should complete, should be greater than. Okay. Now in the second operand, so we have the month period end date greater than of what? Greater than of employee hire date. So for this, select the second operand, and here select date increment or decrement. Date increment or decrement calculation. What name we will give here? And hire date greater than payroll start date. What we are going trying to evaluate worker hire date. Search for worker hire date. Workday delivered value always. So 31 days is a year or month or a day?
Day.
Day. Yeah. So search for 31 if it is exists. If not, constant value will create. Why? Whenever you're searching for a numeric, enter the first phase here first, and then enter 31. It will bring only the numerics. We have 31. While we're selecting, don't select minus. Okay, please select 31. That's all. Now see here the hire date we're going to fetch. Worker hire date 31 days, and then in the here we have greater than or equal to pay period end. Then select OK. We'll back to the logic calculation. And this is under or combination, and condition or condition. And condition, because all the criteria should match. Perfect. Okay. Now our condition is ready. What is the result? If you employ the Atlanta and cost center 34000 and worker hire date greater than 31 days, $16 needs to be deducted. It is written value. Result. Search for numeric 16 if it exists or not. We have the value 16. Okay, let me proceed to create one more calculation. Reduction. This calculation doesn't require more time since we already created the logic here. We can reuse it. Reduction, create, same process, logic calculation, AMD, location equal to Chicago, cost center equal to 34000. Cost center 34000 and worker hire date. Payroll calculation, first location, Chicago. Cost center 34000. Then worker hire date. and condition. Okay. What is the return value? 17.50 or 17.5. I have a negative 17.5. Let's create one. Create constant value calculation. New name you can give 17.5. Category payroll. So name you can give text also. But make sure that here you must enter the right value. Or you can give both as same. Similarly, for New York, what happening? Tenant is refreshing each and every time. Oh. This is the deduction. I will not save this record initially. We have to recreate all the values again. Since logic calculation also have not saved, or else location equal to Chicago. Okay, thank God we have Atlanta. Steam.
Yeah, they're taking category, right? So it will take a time or compensation along with the payroll.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am. You can
Still it
select.
can,
Okay.
so
The purpose. Okay. The purpose of the categorization is for reporting purpose. how many absence calculations I have. When I tag this absence here, then only I can see under absence report. Something like that. Okay. I will explain now. Don't worry. Just give me a second. Let's do one thing. If you guys are okay, let's hold this calculation here. Tomorrow also we'll proceed with 2 more calculation and we'll proceed for testing.
Okay, Samay.
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Please stay safe and take care. Good day. See you.